she would sit there and say, you have the most beautiful hands. And she would just give me the most sweetest compliments about, and then said, you are really the best sink washer in the family. And I was like, wow, okay. So it gave me confidence that if you really, she taught me that no matter how big or small the job, just do the best you can and you'll be praised for it. And that just instilled something in me.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I tortured my own children. Wash the sink the best you. They're like,
Were they as good as
rolling
you?
their eyes.
Were they as good as you?
Of course not. No, I'm the best sink scrubber you'll ever see.
Do you still wrap Christmas presents, birthday presents?
All day long. I wrapped one this morning before I came here.
No way.
Yeah, I didn't do a bow because it was a different kind of a package. But I think my kids we have a big contest during the holidays. And at Christmas, it's like who's got the best wrapping paper. But we don't tell each other what gift wrap we're doing. We like it to be a surprise. Well, I do Christmas morning and all the kids' gifts are dropped off at my house. And we all have a section of there. And so we know, these are all Kim's gifts because they're wrapped well, she stopped by my house last year because she wanted to check out how her gifts looked to make sure they were positioned perfectly, right? I'm like, oh, Lord. So she comes by and little did I know, she whips out her phone and she starts doing it was either a live or something on Instagram. And she shows the entire world all of our packages. So now all the sisters and everybody knew. And
Yeah. So she gave it away.
Yeah.
And then?
Yeah. So these are just all the pranks I think we play on each other, constantly all day long.
So Kim was trying to expose you.
I think so. I think she was being, she was being cute. She's always so great.
I love it. I remember when we were speaking, when I came over, you were talking about you being an air hostess as one of your earliest.
Yeah, I was a flight attendant.
Yeah.
I went from the candle store and I learned so much there. And then I worked at the donut shop by my house in University City in San Diego. And I would my job was to get there before school and before I had to get on the bus to go to high school or junior high school, I guess. And I would take a scraper and scrape the glaze off of the floor that the donuts, when they were glazing the donuts, there would be this glaze all over the floor. And I would scrape the glaze off of the floor. And that was my job every morning before school. And I then worked at my mom's store again. And then I applied to be a flight attendant for American Airlines. And that was an amazing job. But looking back on that, I learned so much from that job. So every single thing I did, I learned enormous organizational skills and people skills and social intelligence and, some other skills like how to pour a great cup of coffee and how to, serve people and how to interact with people. And personal service business is incredibly demanding, and now I look at all of the people in that kind of a business a different way and have so much respect for that kind of a career. But I learned a lot along the way of how to deal with people. And I think that working from a young age and continuing up to this day, I learned a thing or two about so many different things that you wouldn't think would apply to later in life.
Tell me some of this.
Organizational skills for one, and how to keep calendars and how to be on time and how to be 15 minutes early and how to negotiate and how to get what you think you want or deserve from an employer. I know one of my things I talk about is if somebody says no, you're talking to the wrong person. And I learned that if I got a no from these three people in scheduling, for example, with American Airlines, then I would go to another person and, try my best charm, that I could possibly think of what were all the reasons why I should fly this flight to get to LA, to see who I wanted to see. And you just hone different life skills at the different things you do at a young age, especially in the workforce. And it's really amazing. You never quite know what or where life is going to lead you and where it's going to be the best lesson you ever learned.
Yeah.
And that's what, just to expect nothing, but breathe in everything. Like, just like I was like a sponge. And I think I just had to surrender to the process, if you know what I mean. It was just like I knew instinctively, I'm on a learning journey and I'm going to get the most out of these experiences that I possibly could.